Hi, it's Tara from Sojourn, and as a follow-up to Ellis's video earlier this month or week, I will put the date down in the description, but we talked about negative self-talk, our internal critic, and these things. And I noted in that conversation with Ellis that something that I aim to give further conversation to is this tool in spiritual proverb, Christian proverb, which is something we call the fruits of the Spirit. Now, the fruits of the Spirit is a really interesting little piece of information, and it can actually be really helpful for us as we work on self-betterment, self-compassion, and just, liking ourselves more. So where you can find the fruits of the Spirit is actually in the Bible, which is where many of the Christian proverbs are found, and it's found in the New Testament book called Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 and 23. So if you're interested, you want to look it up, that's where you can find it. Now, the idea of the fruits of the Spirit is just that if we're really living in truth and vibrance with ourselves and in truth and vibrance with others, that there are some simple ingredients that are going to help us to produce fruit in our relationship. So fruit would be those satisfying things that I have a positive sense of myself and I have a positive sense of you, and these different ingredients are how I can increase the experience of noticing my own positive self, as well as increase the experience of noticing your positive self, which just brings us to a harvest, a plentiful sense of community, and a plentiful sense of contribution. All right? So, the fruits of the Spirit, and I do not have these memorized. So, it's been a long time since I was a child, and it seems to be that this is something we like to teach children because it's really sweet and enduring, and these are virtues that we would hope a child would grow into. So, the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Obviously beautiful attributes. Wouldn't it be amazing if someone would describe us with those language? And wouldn't it be amazing if we could really take time to increase our ability to live in these very amazing stances towards people? Now, the idea when we look at these fruits is that we're trying to avoid the unnecessary, damaging stances of being conceited, being provoking of others, and being envious of others. That really makes sense to me currently. Like, these are some problems that we see, or these labels that we might give to those in the media that we find frustrating. Conceit is uncharming. Being provoking is uncharming. Being envious is uncharming. These are items that promote connection or disconnect, community disconnect. They promote a sense of the opposite of what we would hope people would see in us. So a good challenge for us, questions to ask ourselves: how do I practice love? How do I practice joy? How do I practice peace? How do I practice patience? Ooh, right? Oh geez, don't pray for patience. You might have to be challenged to work on it, right? How do I practice kindness? A very powerful philosophy and movement right now. How do I practice goodness? Now there's pause for consideration. What does that even mean? How do I practice faithfulness? How do I practice gentleness? And how do I practice self-control? There's a lot of philosophizing, of self-exploration, and also inspiration to educate ourselves just in noticing these different fruits of the Spirit. So I'll write them in the description as well. And if you want to take some time to meditate on them, journal, or Google, do some research on these different pieces, this is a great little spiritual activity to increase our positive psychology. All right, guys, take care. Bye.